Oh, morning, good morning, good morning. Man, I was asleep, but you know what? Shout out to the people who be like getting these clips, uh, between the Freezone Lou, X's. Uh, man, y'all be control is real. Hey, like, I mean, clip is real, man. I call the ever going watchers of YouTube. And so clip, just show it. And so I just want to give out credit to the channels of because all of them had really good talking points. First of all, shout out to the ladies on the Black Woman's Breakdown, and that's held by Concrete Rose and Sister George. Sister George, she's a fellow battle, she's a fellow vet. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to George. Um, I also want to give it Mr. Fantastic, as well as Man of Tomorrow, two other vets. You know what I'm saying? And then also, shout out to my homie Gabe A. You know what I'm saying? Gabe A. He went in and he brought up some points that were very, very, very accurate on a lot of takes. And then you also had it where, of course, the guy who put it all together and, got the clip, and I just checked it out, was on Freezone Lou. So I want to first off give everybody in their perspective of laying their, proper credit and due. Now, what went on to happen was, and Miss Fantastic, he brought up a point about people's perception or what they perceive of that of a man. They'll how they will try to put together their character of who they are, um, how they are, how they are with their children, their loved ones, their household. But outside of that, you really don't know that person. I try to tell that to a lot of people. You don't know that person. Right now. I'm sitting here at the DMV waiting on my mother to get out. I don't know why she chose to go to the DMV close to around 11 o'clock. But hey, it's her day. You know what I'm saying? She wants to be driven around like Miss Daisy and critique all my driving. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. It's my dad's birthday. So I said I'll drive my mom around. So, uh, uh like to see to see the mayhem. They want to see the burn. That is very synonymous with this space. The most watched videos are the cringe, destructive videos. Those are the most watched videos. Everybody also critique and have what called what happened. We'll have it where the tomorrow will come in. Maybe it was that man. He was also now, before I get to jump around too much, but I understand the man buildings, you start breaking up. They got these interference things by these buildings. So let me get away from the DMV, man. They want to make sure you don't cheat. All right, Shannon, can y'all hear me? Let me know. 1 2 3, 1 2 3. What's going on? I'm listening. So what's happening now is that what's happening now because I heard from what Gabe A said. Gabe A brought up a point. Mind you, Gabe A is in tech. Gabe A also is he does property and real estate. Okay. Yeah, I moved away from that building. I moved away from that building. Let me find a parking spot. Let me find a good parking spot. Oh, the shade is really good. But Gabe A said, no, Mr. Fantastic, you're biased. Yeah, man, them goddamn, hey, bro, them state and military buildings, I promise you, your cell phone will drop and die when you get too close to them, man. If you get too close to them buildings, they got them receivers in there, they will drop your signal. Oh, this guy doing something with the signal. Drop. No, they don't play that. They try to figure out what you're trying to look at. So what went on to happen was Gabe was like, no, you're not always right. And people Fantastic and Gabe got at it. And Gabe brought up a point. How does talking about celebrities, Alan, Curry, Dwight Howard, pretty much celebrity gossip news, how does that help the black image? Now, we all are guilty of doing it. We've all had some type of placement of talking about celebrity gossip. It's not unfounded. Like, we've seen that happen, especially in this space. So I'm not going to pretend I have not thrown some wood into that fire. I understand. I can do a whole conversation, and y'all can test it. I can do a whole conversation about, hey, let me go over how to try to get a box truck, do a food truck. That's not a video. Listen, I gotta be for real. Black people, especially in this space, they like to be entertained. I came over here thinking myself, and I really did. And first of all, I gotta tell the truth, man. Like, like I would be lying to y'all to say I came here at first for educational purposes. The first video I ever saw of this genre of niggatry was Tommy. The first thing of this genre of niggatry was Tommy. It was between World Star and Tommy Sotomayor. That was my secret dark, taboo. I used to watch, go watch in the car, you know, Tommy Sotomayor, go watch his videos and they were funny to me. Now, if I played them, you know what I'm saying? Then guess what? Yeah, they're going to work. Y'all gotta be understand, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, let's be honest, man. Tommy, a lot of us came here because of dudes like Tommy, because they were saying things about the black imagery. Now, I'm gonna be honest that, hey, if a white man had said it, y'all would have been freaked out, flipped out, or whatever. The fact that y'all had a black, dark skinned man with so much hatred on here saying all kind of crazy shit that a lot of people were thinking. Don't believe that come by with nigga power shit, because the pro blacks be doing the shit too, man. They be talking about the black woman's god, but be having whole goddamn compounds of fuck shit. But they were saying out loud what a lot of people, what a lot of blacks were thinking. That's what I'm saying. So David Carroll was giving his little thing. He had a thing with the click talking and shit. You had Tommy. You had a few of those dudes, but I guess AKA the Warriors. Yeah, yeah. He was the same one on Rest the Bad Guys panel, G Dizzle. If you want to talk about doing anything educational, you not first of all, if you're talking about doing anything educational, you're not going to do it around black people. If you're talking about doing something educational, you wouldn't prescribe it to one race. So when y'all say, I'm over here to teach and educate black men, that's where you fucked up. That's where you fucked up at. I'm over here to teach black men how to read. I'm over here to teach black men how to drive. I'm over here to teach. Nigga, you can't teach these niggas stuff. Thank you, Macbone. But Macbone, I cannot highlight that. You can't be putting that in. You be just dropping N bomb, bro. Like, oh my god. So I roll with authentic black men and authentic black women, not N's and B's. Black men, the black man is God, not the black woman. Thank you, Backbone. He said what he said. Y'all got listen. I'm trying to tell y'all right now. If you're talking about education, you're gonna have to drop that black card when you're talking about education, especially in this space. How are you gonna talk about education and yet you do look at black when you do black imagery panel talking points, but then you say you want to educate it doesn't coincide and collide. Now you got it where Negroes will try to make it collide. I'm trying to educate women how to be mothers. What? How? How? What quantifies you? They ain't no like y'all some damn teachers around here. So then that's when Man of Tomorrow comes in. He comes in with the flaming sword of judgment and fire and brimstone. Now, mind you, Gabe brought up a point. Gabe said, "Hey, listen, this space." He said, "Mr. Fantastic, I'm just reporting on what I saw. It's right down there in the description." He said, "A lot of this space is biased. Not sure if that super chat is true for Macbone. Didn't he admit his sister kicked him out of his house, out of her house for 2 years ago because he didn't want to take out the trash?" Now, yes, MOT. Now, MOT came in with the flaming sword. And y'all should know by now. MOT is a zero nonsense type of guy. I don't know why y'all think anything else. Like that man, literally, if there was a mother box or a goddamn, if ever there was a picture of the Four Horsemen, I expect when it's time to start rapturing up and hacking off niggas' heads, y'all will most likely see MOT riding on a flaming diesel engine truck with a cool ass sword and lopping off niggas' heads. I'm just saying, if somebody draws that picture, but yeah, like MOT is listen. So this is the thing about it. So MOT came in and said, listen, this space does not coincide with that. Uh, I'm only going to keep on doing that so much, backbone. Keep on. He says, it was because I didn't want to put up with my older sister's matriarchal BS, D Dizzle. So his sister kicked him out of the house, but she didn't want to take out the trash. And because he refused to take out the trash, she kicked him out. And he didn't want to put up with her matriarchal BS. Okay, what's going on, Darman Jeff? So MOT said, listen, you're not, he said, y'all dudes who do all this celebrity gossip shit and always talking about black women and all this other stuff, y'all have destroyed that of any type of semblance of black male progression. These are not my words. And if I misquote them, I apologize. I'm only summarizing. I do not have time to go verbatim. If any of those content creators, Mr. Fantastic, MOT, Gabe want to come up, they are fine. You know what I'm saying? Rose and Danny and Mella, y'all girls stay on the porch. I was dying laughing. Listen, first off, let me give a shout out to George. George is a Southern gal because Mella, shout out to Mella. Mella is also a veteran. And sometimes, Mella was about to insert herself. Yeah, y'all ladies gotta understand when men are out there in the yard starting to throw verbal hands with each other, you gotta just get the fuck out the way. That was a rule that we had. The gaslighting women, y'all gotta just shut the hell up and get the hell out the way. Danny cracked me up. Danny asked, Mella. What line were you referring to with Fantastic MOT? I got it in the description, G Dizzle. I got it in the description. I got it in the description. It was Freezone Lou had clipped it. So Fantastic was saying black YouTube or niggatube, the correlation of how they can understand life is through celebrity gossip. And I gotta be for real. I think that's how a lot of black people these days, they can only understand life. It's through that of the eyes of TV or like Little Nas X or goddamn Jada or goddamn Will Smith, or they got to hear some kind of TV celebrity shit, and then they correlate it to their life. Like if Sierra was my wife, I would have done this, or you know what, fuck city girls because bitch like that will never talk back to me. And I'm like, nigga, like, so you mean tell me y'all the only way y'all can understand life is through TV shit? There's no other. I'm like, yo, bro, how to tell me y'all are all latch? Listen, bro, and I'm a latchkey kid myself, but damn it, bro, I know we were bad. I know TV had really fucked us up, but I didn't know TV had really fucked us up. I mean, we can't. But you know what? It sells. That's why I don't get. That's why I don't get mad at O'Shea. O'Shea said, "Fuck that educational shit." I wanna y'all conflate TV to real life. So I would honestly say the Black Man's Imagery is a sitcom at this point. It is a Tyler Perry sitcom drama. Now, we did hear that of Gabe brought up something when Gabe said, G, it does pay. I will not, it does pay big money. It does. But educational content and Black educational content don't go together. Let me say that again before I get to you, Macbone. Let me help y'all understand that. And y'all are welcome to come up. I can open it up. Educational content and Black educational content do not mix. Y'all, I have been here long enough. I have been stuck in this hellhole phantom zone. When y'all niggas start explaining nigga education, I'm like, holy shit. These are the projection films of Schoolhouse Rock that were banned. No. Backbone, you want to come talk about Reg the Bad Guy. We're not here to talk about that. No, see, that's what I'm saying, bruh. Like, your shit is not contextualized to Black education. Gabe A's content is not contextualized to Black education. It's just educational content. Educational content is not going to have the same superlative views. I'm using y'all these words on y'all. It's not going to have the same type of views that if I'm teaching y'all how to fix a radiator in a box truck. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm not goddamn doing some nigga shit, but I'm showing you how to fix a radiator. If G Dizzle's going over level 1 coding, it's not going to sound as cool, but he's just going over how to do the damn work. I understand the best way how to explain to niggas, you got to do it in this educational shit. Now, shout out to Macbone. Max do not need to explain to heifers 3 or 4 women, as well as weak, effeminate, thirsty, simp, lick, and tricks about what, and why they really are. Thank you, Macbone. Now, that's the thing. I'm gonna just let y'all know. Do y'all think that a lot of y'all men have overly hyper, like, do y'all think a lot of this space has overly hypersexualized? It's like, part of me knows I'm going to regret dropping. Like, and G Dizzle knows I rock with G heavy, bro. Like, that's my battle, bro. Like, I rock with G. You know what I'm saying? They don't like family educated men. But I'm going to tell you right now, if I drop that lick, as I'm saying, I already know my whole content about to just go straight down the shitter, man. We want to be talking about Black imagery, y'all. Man, listen. Well, at least I got out my talking point before. This is why. Listen, bro. This is why whenever I do my other content, I don't put it nowhere around nigga too, bro. I done moved out of this goddamn YouTube hood, bro. You cannot, bro. Like I never like how y'all talking family, but then y'all always bring up Will and Jada's family, bro. Just talk about where you at, man. I don't like at some point. So when it comes to that black imagery, I've been trying, bro. I've been trying, bro. I think I'm stuck. KP, I've been trying to fix them damn. Somebody done slashed the gas. Somebody done slashed the gas valve. Somebody done put sugar in the tank. I'm trying to get us out, KP, bro. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying to find a way. I'm trying to find a way to get us out, man. But they keep finding a way, man. Now,
Hey,
Matt
what's up,
Bone,
bro?
you jumping up on the panel if they're going anything to do with my topic, because you
No, no,
talking
no,
about something else.
no. Here's the topic. The reason why I had to
No,
drop
no,
off the
no,
panel,
no, no, no. I don't want your topic if this got to do with my topic.
what I'm saying is related to the topic, brother. The reason why I had to leave alone because they're about that bullshit. They're not about what you and me are talking about, the real stuff that can help us as people. That's why I left them alone.
Okay, so
You feel me?
what? Okay, so you're saying that they're messing up your black imagery.
Here's the thing, man. I'm trying to raise up an army of black men, black women to be gods, celestials. That's what I'm actually all about. I'm not. I mean, the reason why I had to deal with gang, because every time I try to deal with some deeper stuff, these goofy niggas and bitches want to talk about the man-woman thing. I'm already beyond that. But see, here's an old saying of us peaceful warriors. You got to give them what they want in order for them to want what you have to give, brother. That's what it's all about. I'm a life coach, not a dating coach. I'm trying to raise up real, complete human beings, real, complete gods, man, and goddesses in this space. In other words, as I say about Brother Jail, the Dark Sun Riders, evolution is the weapon and you're the target. I'm here to spread the seeds of evolution, brother. That's why I'm here. That's why the ancestors sent me here. And the reason why I have a difficulty with my family, because they're on that low tier, low vibrational nigga bitch bullshit. That's why I had to leave my family alone, brother. That's why I said, hell no. I ain't putting up with your matriarchal bullshit no more. I'm a black man. The black man is God, not the black woman.
Okay.
The black woman is nothing without
Let me
feel you. Do you feel me?
Okay.
I'm sick and tired of the bullshit, bro.
Let me go ahead and let me also. I heard what you had to say. I am just moderating the conversation of the black male, of black male imagery in this space, or whatever the hell imagery is these days. What's going on, G Dizzle?
Hey, D Junior, what's up, man? I admire your tech content, man. I like it a lot.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. No problem.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I appreciate you admiring my tech content.
Yes, sir.
Man, listen, that's all good. But listen, Macbone, I don't want to make this about you, bro. But I'm reading your super chats, and you're here talking about the black woman ain't God, black men are God, and all that stuff, right? I heard you on Reg the Bad Guys the other day, and I know we don't want to make this about Reg, but bro, I don't know if you were like in a position to be making those statements when you openly admitted you were down and bad like 2 years ago, which left you. Because didn't you say you're like in your 50s or something like that?
Well, let me say that. Let me say this, bro.
Yeah,
I went through a traumatic experience. See, this is part of the hero's journey. The hero has to go through some traumatic stuff so that he can be the hero that God meant him to be. So that's part of the journey that they all put me in. So now I'm in my own place. I'm about to open my own private investigation, personal protection business. Okay. So I had to go through that mess, man, to be prepared to deal with the higher stuff. Okay. See, that's the thing about being an initiate into the wisdom of the universe. You gotta go through some stuff, man. You gotta go into the cave to get to the light of the sun of day. You feel me?
I hear you, but
yeah. I was explaining my journey. That's all I was doing, brother. I was explaining my path.
listen.
And these low tier thinking niggas and bitches didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? And you know
Are
what?
they?
You know what my
Well,
family
listen.
told
Hold
me?
up, Mac.
You gotta let him respond. Let him respond.
Go. Yeah. They say, hey, Lee, that's my family nickname. Drop down from the panel. Drop down from the panel. If they don't want to get the gems of life that you have to give to them, leave them alone. And they told me to unsubscribe from Reg. I emailed Reg about that. My family was upset, especially my cousins from Baton Rouge, New Orleans, and Shreveport, Louisiana. Hell yeah.
So why don't you start your own channel?
And that's why I'm working on, man, but I got to deal with my own business first in Dallas before I do my own channel. See, productive content comes from productive life. I got to create
Okay.
productive life offline.
Now, hold up, Macbone.
All
Now,
right.
this is where I think I have an issue.
Okay, what's the issue?
With what you're saying, because you're saying productive content, you have to have a productive life or something along those lines, right?
Right.
But based off of your own words that you shared with Reg,
okay,
for like 50 something years, it didn't seem like you had much of a productive life.
Well, it's like this.
So let me hold up. So I guess what I'm getting at is,
yeah.
Do you really think you're in a position now to where you can offer so-called words of wisdom if you live the life of 50 years by your own words? It really wasn't all that productive.
Well,
to the point where you had to depend upon your relatives to help shelter you in your 50s, and then by your own admission, you disrespected one of your relatives by calling her the B word.
They disrespected me first, though. They disrespected me. Let me explain the whole story, brother.
Okay.
See, back in the day, I was successful in my 20s and 30s, but certain things happened. Them peoples happened. They came at me.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
What are people?
You know the small hats, those guys.
How do they come at you?
Well, they came at me different ways. I can't really say that on this platform. All I can say is this. I had to cut back. I had to cut back to some stuff. I had to reevaluate and redo myself, and that's what led to that stuff.
I mean, can you be
more? I mean, that's why I had to come to Texas.
I guess what I'm asking is, can you be more specific? Like, this could be used as a teachable moment for younger people. So you say these people came at you. What exactly does that mean, and who are these people?
Yes.
Well, I'm talking about the people that are related to the Clintons and Fulbright guys, those guys. Yeah, they had a discussion. They told me, I said, okay, we're going to let you go to Texas for a while and chill out. Don't come back to Arkansas till you do this thing for us in Texas. That's how it goes, man. That's how you make the deals with these folks. I'm saying this, D Dizzle, I've had my ups, I had my downs.
Yeah.
And then what I'm doing, I am the resurrecting like the phoenix from my ashes of my own downs. So what I'm explaining, man, is a process of evolution. You feel me? So I'm getting gems of wisdom from this. And that's what I was trying to explain to those fools on the panel before they started judging me. And guess what? These are the same fools that also threatened Red on this panel. The same fools, bro.
Hold on. So I was listening to that panel, and it seemed like they were casting judgment upon you because of the things that you were saying. Like, I remember,
I understand.
I did a playback of that live stream, so you want to go check it out. But here's the thing: I remember you saying something about you were out there mentoring the children of single mothers, and then when one of the single mothers came to the restaurant that you took one of the boys to, you basically told her
that's when I was in my 20s and 30s. That's when my 20s and 30s locked up.
And also, you're in the comments talking about how black men are God and women aren't the gods. I get all that talk, right? But it just seems like when it's coming from you, it doesn't seem like it's the right messenger delivering these messages. If your life doesn't seem to match up to the lingo, not the lingo, but the words that you're speaking.
Okay, let me explain this then. You remember when Jesus came as the Son of God?
No, man, bro. You're not about to do Jesus like that. No,
dude, man. I'm just making a metaphor, an example, man.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm making a metaphor.
Okay, go ahead, man.
There's an old saying: Sometimes the greatest and most shiny of diamonds come in the most shabbiest of packages, like the diamond in the rough, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So the thing was, I had to go through this process. I had to go through certain experiences, good and bad, to be able to teach these young men. Now, when I was in my 30s in Arkansas, there was a friend of mine. Her son Justin had a problem with bullying. So what I did, I taught him boxing and taught him how to defend himself. And then when I came over to that school, and when those white boys saw me, they left Justin alone. And I explained to Shauna, the reason why they're hard on you because you're a dark-skinned black woman, because you are his mother. That's why they're tripping on him. Because when they first saw him, they thought he was mixed. They thought his mother was white. But then when they saw you, that's when they started tripping. So I explained to her the game, all right? The game, how to deal with these folks. But what I'm saying is this. I ain't got time, as a God man, in this human form, in this human experience, I ain't got time to be arguing over some foolish mess, man. G Dizzle, I'm gonna explain myself. I went through some stuff.
Hold on, Mac. Hold on, because I know sometimes you get along with it. How do you talking about God, but then you also refer to yourself as a pimp and a Mac? But then you also talk to a lot of people who talk about game over women.
Dude, here's the thing.
You can't do both now. You can't do both now.
But brother, will you listen to me for a moment? The thing is, there's an old saying in the Nation of Islam. If you want to wake up a person, you go to the bedroom, not the living room. What? The bedroom. Let me explain this, man. The new religions, the three major religions of black folks is dysfunction, entertainment, and social media. What is the bed that they slept in? This thing about game and social media. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to teach you the higher stuff through the lower stuff. So there's this old saying in alchemy, change the energy to change manifestation of mass. And I told them this, when you change your swag, you change manifestation of your game. So I'm trying to teach alchemy through the language of game so they can get up out of that mess and want to evolve any further. But I got to deal with the language that they're dealing with, brother. That's where I'm coming from.
Okay, so we're gonna we got Shannon B and we got Shannon.
They did.
Okay, we got Shannon B and we also have MOT. Like I said, Shannon, and then I think MOT, but I know you're definitely part of the topic. Yeah, you already see how this black imagery shit. Y'all, if y'all don't get to hear the clip, I got to listen to it. It was about Mr. Fantastic, and Mr. Fantastic and versus Gabe A and MOT talking points. Have they focused too much on celebrity junk, niggatry, fuckatry? Right. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely crack in this space. I mean, shit. This point, I think we all done. I don't know how we gonna have to detox this shit, but it's too far gone, man. Like I'm hearing all this game crazy shit, but then I think when people start saying that black education shit, niggas get fucked up, and then they just start losing their damn minds. So go ahead, Shannon. Then I gotta get it over to my homeboy MOT. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, BMT? Glad you're going live. I'm gonna make it real quick. I guess G Dizzle, was it? Macbone? They're good examples.
Yeah.
One's educated, one's street educated, I guess. Whatever.
I'm not only street educated, I'm also church educated and college educated. I did years in college. I'm all around educated.
Right. All around educated. All right.
Yeah.
This is I want to make this point right now.
Yeah.
I see people that are in this space that are educated in their so-called teaching. And then I see Macbone, who's so-called teaching. When you look at the image of black people, you can barely tell the difference between the two. And that's the point I want to make. Also, in this space, there's more people like Macbone. He's just not good at hiding his personal life. But there's more people like Macbone than there is like a G Dizzle. Okay?
No, there's no one like me. There's no one like me.
There's content creators with 1,000 people.
If you meet me in person in real life, you will not find anybody else like me.
No.
Now,
I
the thing is,
listen to the stuff
when I
daily.
first came into the
I listen
space
to stuff
and
daily.
tried to teach
There's a
them about
lot
being
of content creators like
being
you
taught,
making plenty of
and be
money on
taught,
YouTube.
they
I
want to hear this
guarantee you.
game mess.
Yes.
When I first came into the space, I came under the moniker of my government name, Edward Bailey.
Okay.
And
Okay.
see, what they call me in the Magosphere is Matt Bone. I didn't come
I'm
up with that
through
name
BMT.
myself.
I
The
just wanted to
Max
say
Spear.
that.
There's a Max Spear.
Yeah.
Yeah, Magosphere. I mean,
Lord have
DJ
mercy,
Cool,
man. We
Sunism,
going
and Platinum
backwards.
Elite.
We're going
Yeah.
backwards. Lord have mercy. We're going backwards.
We're in high reverse. At BMT. We're in high reverse.
Let's drive the truck off the damn road, man. Just drive the truck
All right.
off the road.
Okay. Hey, but I
Okay,
appreciate
I'll
you,
tell you something else.
that was my
I used to
that
be
was
a
my
student
point.
of
I do got a
day, too.
question for Shannon real quick. Is there you said when people look at educated people and street educated people, they can't tell the difference. Is there a uniform that we're supposed to wear to let people distinguish who's who? Like how does that work based off of what you stated? How is this supposed
Okay,
to
based
work?
off what I said, which it's like a circus show. Even if they're educated or if they're not educated or whatever, you both sound the same. I've never seen intelligent people have conversations with retarded people and really try to hold an intelligent conversation. It's real clownish looking. That's all I'm saying.
Well, let me tell you this: the last conversation I had with a person a long time ago was a white.
I'm sorry, I wasn't talking
back in the day.
retarded.
No. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I was gonna retort your comment. The last time I had a conversation with a white physics professor at UALR. Yeah, I've had conversations with different people, different walks of life. In my
It's
travels.
a shame we couldn't have captured that on YouTube.
Well, check this out. I also have a Native American name as well. See, I'm a man of many travels. See, when I talk about the game of life, it's not just about women. It's about evolving to a higher state of being. But see, since people are stuck in their own low vibrational mire, it is what it is.
Man, that sounded good. You know, if you just
It
don't
did
let people
sound
know
good.
your background,
It did
then you
sound
can
good.
pull that off. That's it.
It
That's why I
did
say
sound
there's
It
a lot of people
didn't
like you on
sound-
YouTube already.
You want to know my
It
background?
did sound good.
It didn't sound
You
good.
want to know
To
my
me.
real background?
It didn't sound
BMT,
good.
you know what I'm
You
talking
want to know
about.
my real background?
That was just
Oh,
my
you
point
want to know
on
my real
that.
background? You really know it? You really want to know it?
No.
No.
I
Do you really want to know my background?
I'm pretty sure I can guess.
No.
It
MOT,
didn't
what's
sound
going
good
on?
to me.
MOT.
Go ahead, MOT.
Shit, man.
All right. So what was the freeze thing with Fantastic about?
Okay, so it was pretty much the clip was about the imagery. I think they were talking about it was a celebrity junk versus
Okay,
that
so
of the productive.
who's freeze? Is this the pimp from O'Shea's channel?
No. Freezone Lou. Freezone Lou just.
Freezone
it was
Lou.
just a-
Sorry.
It was a clip. It was a clip of y'all on the Black Woman's Breakdown, having a conversation. It was you, Gabe A, and Mr.
All right, so here's the
Fantastic.
thing. So here's the thing. There's no defense for Fantastic stance on that. There's no defense whatsoever. None. I don't want to turn this into a me against a Mr. Fantastic thing.
No, right.
Wait. But when you put entertainment and bullshit on the same level as actual productivity, there's nothing else to say to you. When he asked me what my plan was, and I laid out my plan for 5 years for black men to end this fucking situation, and when it was his time to come up with his plan, and he said he's never going to get rid of this shit, that's the end of the conversation. There's nothing else that needs to be said from that point forward. There's nothing else that needs to be talked about from that point forward. There's a person who's working towards success on behalf of people, and there's a person who's not and who doesn't give a fuck about any of that. Even though he went through all this shit that these men claim that they went through, he took action to get out of those situations. He didn't sit here and complain to niggas online until the world got fixed for him. He went out there, took the bull by the fucking horns, and got himself out of those fucking situations. Or so he said he got himself out of those situations. So when people, it's just like the Theo Wolf shit. He didn't have to go to a Manosphere meetup in order for him to get into the IT field. He just went and got into the IT field, got the fucking training through legitimate fucking resources and all that. So when you have men who come online and fun fuckery and bullshit and kowtow to those type of levels when they did not go through that type of shit to get to the point to where they are at now, you got to call that shit into question. That's all this conversation is about. It's about legitimate ways to get to success. The fact that Mr. Fantastic said that he's never trying to fix any of this shit, that's the end of that is the end of the discussion. I have a plan. He asked me what my plan was, and after I'm like, before I answer my side of the question, you're going to answer your side of the question, because if you ask me a question, you're going to have to answer it for yourself. When he said he's never going to try to solve these issues, he's no better than O'Shea, no better than Angry Man, no better than Obsidian, no better than the rest of these niggas online who need to fill this space full of fucking simps so that way they can get super chat money out of them by kowtowing to the actual experiences that they never engaged in. I don't think this need to be a long, drawn out based conversation. At the end of the day, if people want to actually think that he won the actual debate, I am actually going to have that discussion tonight, and you can bring your ass up, and you can actually, I'm gonna drop the link so that way you can come up and explain your point of view. Because when a person says they have a definite plan, and when a person says they don't and they don't care about getting to it, and then they want to equivocate entertainment, fuckery, and bullshit on the same level as staying away from these fucking hoes and getting your actual skills up, I want to hear from the dumb niggas who actually think that that shit's gonna work. I want to hear what their plans are. Like at the end of the day, go ahead.
No. Like I
Maybe
said,
I'm saying something wrong.
No. Listen, like, understand this, y'all. I'm not sparking no fire. I'm actually just showing the table spread. You know what I'm saying? I said, damn, this actually is a very interesting take, because the men that were all on the panel were highly successful men. You had Gabe, yourself, and you had Mr. Fantastic, right? So, but then you had it where one person said, hey, niggatry sells. Another guy said, no. I didn't say you. I didn't say you. You're trying to do that. I'm bringing out the talking point. And then Gabe was saying, "Hey, there seems to be a bias of people showing they pretty much celebrity junk. Niggas ain't coming here to be educated. And that's why I had to highlight what spiritual logic to say is that I think the confusion started when some men claim to be about progress, then cater to dysfunction more than progress, which I agree, spiritual.
Okay, so let me explain what Mr. Fantastic was trying to do to Gabe A. And you know my issues with Gabe A. I'm not going to lie on Gabe A or what his intent was. Mr. Fantastic was trying to make the point that you came up through O'Shea, which is the guy that does celebrity junk and the relationship, yada yada. He's on his own thing. He left the manosphere. He may be working behind the scenes to do certain things, but he didn't come out on live streams pretty much saying what his actual intentions are. Okay? So what Mr. Fantastic was trying to do is that you can't criticize him, Mr. Fantastic, who's actually doing the same shit that O'Shea's doing, is because you came up through O'Shea. Now, that's a kind of a false equivocation of points. Because if you start going after what Gabe A is actually doing online, which he's live right now, well, not live right now, he just posted a video right now. He's talking about his field. Everybody knows if you've been here longer than I think 3 years, you've seen that I was doing like transportation videos. And the reason why I don't do it anymore is because I package it into an actual product and I teach families the shit that I was giving away for free here for about $150, $1,000 a family. But I can guarantee them $2 or $3 million within 5 years, especially $1 million within 2 years that I used to give away here for free. So it's like we want to make bullshit and fuckery, and right now we're having like the negotiating table conversations when the only thing Keep It 100 is doing is stealing all my talking points and trying to repackage it into his actual talking points and actually going at BGS where both of these people know each other in real life. This is what I mean, that niggas are so fucking stupid that they don't even understand that they're being played by a fool. The only thing you have to do is separate yourself from the actual unproductive men. That's all. As soon as you try to equivocate bullshit and fuckery and try to make me chase I didn't try to tie myself to the YouTube algorithm in order for me to be successful. I was successful before YouTube, way before fucking YouTube. So they're trying to make me chase cat videos and niggas getting ate up by lions and PewDiePie and Mr. Beast and try to equivocate that into shit that you're actually doing online to keep men stagnant and stuck. with the actual shit that I'm doing that don't get no views. You want to know why I don't get no views? Because most people ain't trying to fix their issues. Entertainers don't try to fix issues. They leverage collective ignorance in order to keep people stuck where they are. That's what this conversation is about. Remember, I gave my plan, right? People disagree with me. They disagree with the fuck out of me on a lot of issues because at the end of the day, I think that once you get your fucking money together and you don't try to celebrate and try to be around those people that you quote unquote thought you was wasting all this time around, you're gonna be fine. G Dizzle, extremely successful guy. I don't know how to do none of the shit that he's fucking doing because my shit's outdated. Because I started in 2001 with the shit he's doing now. I got out of the field in 2011. So I can't talk about my IT experiences from 2011 to where it compares to now, even though I was a Oracle DBA back in the day. You never hear me talk about my Oracle shit to anybody. You want to know why? Doesn't fucking matter. Not even fucking relevant. But at the end of the day, I let the people who are teaching shit go and teach the shit. Right. And I'm not trying to equivocate because it's very easy because most people exist within this entertainment zone because it doesn't require any type of progress. It's only a me against a Mr. Fantastic thing about how relevant is entertainment at 2023. We have enough fucking entertainers. We don't have enough people who can produce as a person to create a family. Because most of these niggas think that, you know what, I don't need a family. I could just fuck a bitch, get somebody pregnant, and leave that shit to somebody else so that way they can actually raise that actual family. I'm like, dude, we already had 50 years of game, 1970 to fucking 2020. 50 years to fucking prove that trying to create the fucking family through the fucking game and Waffle House method don't fucking work. And then you have the same individuals trying to claim that they're part of some fucking ubiquitous community that they can't give a fuck about shit. So what I'm saying is simply that you are not part of the manosphere if you are an entertainer. You stepped yourself off of this fucking space a long time ago. It's not the manosphere's job to cover your fucking tracks because you're on some entertainment gobbledygook bullshit and you have to equivocate it to somebody else who's way more successful in the real world. It's kind of like comparing semi-pro football or basketball to motherfuckers in the NBA. There is no through line that you're ever going to make it to that level if you engage in a previous sport of that actual factor, right? But these people want to be seen as legitimate. They're not fucking legitimate, especially when you're part of the United States military, where they are not going to allow you to fucking sabotage or destroy their fucking mission to kowtow to niggas who need to be constantly recycled through a system. Everybody fucking knows that. You get recycled twice, well, that's some basic training. More specialized school, if you don't pass the fucking standards, they kick you the fuck out. You got to come back the next year. All right?
Yeah,
that's the way this shit works.
to go. No,
But at the end
and
of the day, we're having this conversation with people who know better, right? I could see if there was anybody else other than that. And the president of the Manosphere shit, if he had a problem with that, he should have came to me, had my email address. He could have set up an actual live stream. Reg the Bad Guy set up a live stream. Did I have a problem going on Reg the Bad Guy and explaining myself? No, I did not. He wanted to know. I know him on a personal level. Whenever he asked me to come on to the live stream, given that I don't have to talk to his fucking audience, I could just talk to him on a one-on-one. I'm able to give anybody that one-on-one to explain the shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, when I have to talk to the frauds and the clowns and the niggas who want to keep the shit going, I'm not trying to interact with these people because I do not interact with them in the real world. They do not matter in the real world. This is nothing but the corner store and all the left behind niggas who come online who's trying to damage and destroy any type of space for black male progress. And they're not even that much successful of doing so. Dude, this super chat money and this cash app money that you get from these broken niggas don't really mean shit. You should be beyond trying to fucking pander to these goddamn niggas. You should be beyond trying to keep this shit going, especially when you fucking know better and especially when you've been in environments that have high levels of fucking discipline in order associated with them. There's no need to be on this bullshit right now. This is a choice. It doesn't matter if people made it a business. It shouldn't be a fucking business. It destroyed the church. It destroyed everything else. The moment you start focusing on dumb nigga numbers rather than actual verifiable success, you've completely destroyed the fucking concept. Doesn't matter what it is.
MOT.
Go ahead, G Diddle.
Hey, do you think it's a futile endeavor for you to go around constantly stating the things that you're stating about some of these content creators, as opposed to you just doing your content and talking about what you talk about, and then if you decide to get back into the so-called educational content related to the trucking industry,
Oh no, I
is it
can't
more of
do
a
that.
benefit? What I'm saying is it more beneficial for you to just, or just content creators in general, to just let the other dudes just do what they do, and because you're not going to stop them, you're not going to change them, and you just focus on doing what you got to do, and whoever gravitates towards the message, you just run with that and just build from there.
G Dizzle, you are 100% right. But this conversation was forced on the breakdown. That was not part of the conversation. Wait, hold on a second. Oh, I'm sorry, who's talking in the background?
Yeah, I
But G
didn't see
Dizzle,
that episode, but yeah, go ahead.
okay, well, let me explain what happened. So that way we're fully clear, because I don't expect you to know the actual history of what actually happened, so that way the interaction could happen. He came in, Mr. Fantastic came in and said that I wasn't for the space. The space actually meant something before he actually got here. The space turned into something after he got here. Like Kevin Samuels blew up after he got here. So the space actually meant something. So the actual topic of the conversation was, or he wanted to get off in front of all these other people, that I wasn't for the space. No, I'm not for niggas. And dumbass niggas that being pandered to about this woman in the relationship industry complex shit. At the end of the day, G Dizzle, if these people did not want to care about me, quote unquote, being the leader of the manosphere, they could have just not said shit about it. O'Shea didn't say shit about it. Angry Man didn't say shit about it. Obsidian completely fucking ignored it. The only people who actually said some shit about it was Hardcore Tito, BGS Itmore, and now Mr. Fantastic. Now, they could have invited me on to actually explain my actual point of view at any point in time. But at the end of the day, people can't be upfront with their actual actions. I was minding my own fucking business. It's just the fact that he wanted to try to come and take shots. Because remember, Mr. Fantastic is with these niggas behind the scenes. He tried to play like he isn't, but he is. So he has to fight the same battles that they refuse to fight in the wide open to solidify his place among the group of niggas that he actually want to be. As a clown, you have to attract as much attention to yourself as in humanly fucking possible. I don't have to fucking do that. At the end of the day, views went down. Motherfuckers are more focused. We're having more targeted based conversations about progress. I didn't go out here and tell motherfuckers that they needed to fucking come over here or not. I just started doing targeted based content. And my content is talking above these dumb niggas' head for a reason. You know what it does? It gets them the fuck out of the conversation. I don't complain about bitches. And if all these dudes are complaining about bitch base, guess what happens when you make sure that you do the actual content that discourages them from being a part of the actual conversation? They leave. My conversation is about being the leader of the manosphere. And guess what? If I'm not talking about complaining about bitch content or else complaining about Keisha entertainment, cake. If I'm not feeding these niggas cake, they leave and find them another vendor. But the point is, these niggas still wanted to be part of the manosphere and still wanted to be part of this bullshit anyway. So the whole point of being declaring the president of the manosphere was to make these motherfuckers be on the productivity piece or step the fuck off. So that was the point in that. So I just wanted to be clear and transparent about what the actual move was about. And none of these dudes could actually challenge my points. There was never no playing back of my live streams and telling me where I'm wrong at, because niggas don't do analysis. Niggas make unfounded claims and move the fuck on and expect the niggas who fuck with them to mortgage their credibility without actually understanding anything about the relevant points that were actually made, because dumb niggas don't do actual analysis. They just want to focus on the actual who's more productive now, who's making me feel better now about bitch. I don't do that type of content. I've never done that type of content. But at the end of the day, they came here to move the manosphere in that fucking direction, bro.
So you're basically saying stop calling that kind of content Black Manosphere stuff.
Yeah, it's not
Call it
Black
something
Manosphere.
else.
Yeah, it's not black manosphere. But see, they want to be black manosphere by numbers. They don't want to be black manosphere by history and the
Exactly. Yeah.
contextual content. And that's the point. They think that no. Legitimate niggas like me is gonna have to keep my mouth shut about niggas like them because they're in business like I'm in business. I'm like, I'm not in the business of stagnating our fucking people. I get tired of not being able to find black men to fucking work with. And every time I do, they sound just like these dumbass niggas within the space. That's why I'm never fucking leaving. Dude, this shit has filled me with so much confirmation bias and knowing how these motherfuckers move, especially the young ones. Why the fuck would I
It
leave?
kind of goes big with image. If the black manosphere is going to be that bashing black women type content, then that's what they look at the whole image of black men as. That's what y'all are. That. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but
So
you have
yeah,
to be
I
able to
agree. You should call it something else.
understand that it's kind of like, do you know who the Westboro Baptist Church is, or have you been along that long on the planet to even know who they are? I mean, it's a simple
Yeah,
yes or no.
I've heard
It's
of them.
nothing about you. All right. Before Gays
is it a
got
mega
rights.
church?
Yeah. Well, no. It's not. Well, I'll explain the concept, and I'll explain the concept about where I'm at with the rest of it. Their actual tagline was "God hate F words," like men on men type of sexual relations.
I know what
That's
you're
what
talking
their
about. Go
actual
ahead.
thing was. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So you have the Westboro Baptist Church, which are actually fundamentalist Christians, and their actual telling of the Bible is not wrong, by the way. People think that they're wrong. No. If you're an Old Testament
I
person,
know
what they're actually
exactly
talking
what you're
about is
talking about.
100% right.
Yes.
So
Yes.
if you actually compare that to the Catholic Church, they're right in what they actually say. Let's say that you are a more liberal based church like Episcopalian or Unitarian or all that kind of other stuff. Even though you're all Christians, you have to differentiate what type of Christian you're talking about, because the Westboro Baptist Church has nothing to do with the actual grape scandal that happened between kids with the Catholic Church. And when you talk about Unitarian and actually Episcopalian Church, you're going to have to be very targeted with your actual criticism. But see, people want to say all Christians are bad. It's like, no, the Christians that you have a problem with are bad. Like the content creators that they have a problem with it bad. Not that all black men are bad. Not that everybody who has a microphone as a black man is bad. It's just that, what the fuck? Yeah, somebody got some background noise. Yeah, so that's what we are. So it's like people want to have the criticism for criticism's sake, but they don't want to have any type of specific and targeted criticism toward the people who they actually disagree with. Like a lot of these people just disagreed with Kevin Samuels, right? But they wanted to throw the whole manosphere into the shit. But most of the actual simps listened to Kevin Samuels. Like there was no red pill dude who actually listened to Kevin Samuels. Your ass was over there because you liked what he was doing to the women who was over there. And at the end of the day, these dudes can't even be honest about that. So it's like every time I have to go somewhere, because I get more emails from women than I do men about, oh, okay, so why are you the president of Black Man Spirit? The whole conversation is about clearing up their head about the history of the Black Man Spirit and the intent of the Black Man Spirit. Because they think Black Man Spirit started with Kevin Samuels actually downing women. That's when they think the Black Man Spirit started. They actually do. No. I know you don't think that. I know nobody on this panel thinks that.
No.
But
I agree, but I want to tell you what happened with the Kevin Samuels thing.
okay.
Kevin Samuels created a new black manosphere. A lot of people don't want to accept
No,
that.
he didn't create a new Black Manosphere.
Yeah, he did create a new black manosphere. Look,
No, he
Kevin
didn't.
Samuels, when he blew up, he told
didn't.
everybody. He said, him, Dennis Sperling,
Okay.
MTR, lead attorney, are the new black manosphere. That's what.
Okay.
And then the
What did he
secondary
call
black
it?
manosphere
What
was
what
the
did he
Peace
call it?
Network.
Sir.
He didn't call it
Stop
none of
talking. Sir. He did call it. He called it Black Manosphere 4.0. He did call it
that.
something.
Oh, okay.
I released a video 2 years prior to that telling you what was going to happen for Black Manosphere 4.0. Did you see that video?
No, I didn't see that.
Okay. My explanation of Black Manosphere 4.0 before Kevin Samuels actually deemed all these dudes based on the numbers My explanation of Black Manosphere 4.0 was going to be all the worst parts of the Manosphere trying to rebrand themselves as the voice of Black men online. And I was not fucking wrong with that. And that's exactly what Kevin Samuels actually did with that actual concept. Again, if you were a Kevin Samuels guy, you were never Manosphere in the first place. You were blue pill at best. You're a purple
Exactly.
pill at fucking worst. At the end of the fucking day, you didn't need to be here. So I'm gonna name names. I'm sorry about this. The views and opinions of Man Tomorrow are the views and opinion of mine. The individuals that I'm going to name is coming out of my mouth, and it is not the actual opinions of nobody else on the panel. Okay, Kevin Samuels was 80% BGS, 20% Obsidian. That's what he was. Repackaged and actually refocused on people. So when you have Edward Anderson, Charles Faulkner, everybody who was dick riding Kevin Samuels, none of these motherfuckers wanted a good outcome for black men. Because everybody thought there was a brand manager as soon as he blew up. And here's what happened. He made sure that these dudes were isolated from the algorithm, because you can actually do that with actual certain content creators. I found out you can do that. Why is it that everybody else covering Kevin Samuels shit outside the Black Manosphere blew up far harder than motherfuckers inside the actual space? Because those things you can actually target and control with certain mechanisms. But Kevin never shouted out these dudes, not all that much. He took all their fucking money, never shouted them out, never gave them shit. They thought that was going to ride his level of disrespect to a level of prominence. And it didn't work. At the end of the day, these men are still lost. They're still looking for a savior to guide them to the type of woman that they know they shouldn't be dealing with in the first place. And at the end of the day, the extension of trying to put entertainment on the same level of progress and the productivity piece is an extension of what Kevin Samuels created. Like it or hate it, you got to give Kevin Samuels credit for exposing the people in the Black Manosphere who attached themselves to it, who did not want to give black men a better outcome. He needed a cyclical way to keep these people in perpetual red pill rage and make sure that they never get access to a woman who's a one and done. He didn't even have access to a woman who's a one and done. How was he actually counseling women when he walked away from his own daughter? This is the actual women that have no fucking leadership that actually get turned into those type of women, right? How is it that that's the case? But see, when it comes down to actually debating what he actually have done, you know what you get? You get nothing. They don't hit the link. At the end of the day, they can ignore reality. Most of these men came here to ignore reality. That's why they're here. They came here to actually give their 5 and 10 cents to whoever is going to pander toward their insecurities and keep them in perpetual red pill rage. That's what this shit's about. Because if it was about taking action and getting to other cultures of women, that's a problem. But then again, I had to answer to my actual situation as soon as I left Mississippi. Went to Mississippi, went to Germany, see these women on some different shit. I seen what the black women was doing in actual Mississippi, seen what they were doing in Germany. It was no different. At the end of the day, it was the culture of the actual individual. But see, they don't want to deal with the culture of the individual. They want the woman now. They want the woman first. Give me a successful woman while I don't have my shit together, and I'll act right after that. That's pretty much what's at the end of all this. When all these people who are way more successful or not even that much in this society and situation, they have not gotten to where they've gotten without taking direct action. These people have taken direct action inside of their life, but they don't motivate that from the people that actually listen to them. That's what I have a problem with.
Let me get in. Let me get in. We have Gabe A, who's also part of the conversation, as well as Freezone Lou. Like I said, the clip, y'all can find it. Freezone Lou did the clip. So thank you, Lou, about the clip. Gabe A was also part of the conversation. Again, I want you to understand. Oh, BMT, you trying to spark a fire? No, no, no. You heard three highly articulated men that were giving out their voice of opinion of what is going on with the men. I am just giving out my synopsis from me looking on the outside. Like, okay, I'm seeing where it's going. So I'm just allowing everybody to say it. MOT definitely said he's going to speak about it tonight.
Oh man, he
Shout out.
left. I was gonna ask him a question. Damn.
I,
I'm about to say I'll be quick.
go ahead, Gabe.
Just
Yeah,
just
go
to
ahead.
some of the points. Hey, what's up, everybody? Yeah, just to some of the points that were brought up on that panel. This whole thing about, I mean, these dudes. The Black Manosphere has turned into a whole bunch of guys looking for viral moments, right? Kevin Samuels is the model for them. He's the prototype for what they think success is on YouTube. They think that success, and I think Citizen Lou and Freezone Lou, like a lot of people say it, their idea of success is a whole bunch of people in the chat box. Their idea of success is a whole bunch of people on their live streams, people jumping on the panels and getting a whole bunch of super chats. That is their idea of success for what a YouTuber is, where the majority of YouTube does not follow that particular model. So they compare and contrast amongst each other, when a lot of times there's a very evident ceiling for the growth and progress of a Black Manosphere channel. And I think that somebody has said, I don't know who said exactly, but it's somewhere around 40 to 50,000 max subscribers, right? So I start off there. And the second point is that this whole thing that Fantastic was talking about, like how my background, I got my relevancy in some way from the Black Manosphere. No, that's not the case. No, that's not the case. Maybe relevancy within the Black Manosphere. A lot of people know me from O'Shea's channel. Yes, that is true. But as it concerns my tech channel, it has nothing to do with O'Shea whatsoever. I mean, even when I look at my particular analytics, and I don't have a problem showing them, BMT, if you want to bring that up.
You don't got to, bro. I seen your channel. It is strictly about tech. It don't got nothing to do about being black or you gotta. It's just straight tech. So,
but
I've been
I think
over
this
there,
is
man.
important because
And
there's a
even-
feature within analytics that talks about channels that your audience watches. And I have it in the
Right.
background. If you could just show it, and I just go down.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. I got you.
Yeah.
I'm on my phone, so I think I could be able to do it. But
It can't,
no, yeah. But like I said, I'm out and about riding my mom around on my dad's birthday. Like that's one thing that's kind of got me thrown off about a loop about this space. But G Dizzle, you brought up a good point about education could be a lucrative, but I don't see it like that in this space. Like when I start hearing this black education shit, y'all, I get lost in the sauce. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Well,
it doesn't
there's
work.
two
It
different.
does not work.
Yeah, in my
I'm
mind,
saying-
That's all I
real
had to
quick,
say.
there's
all I
two
had to say.
different aspects of it, right? There's helping black men, and then there's black male media, where one deals with actual on the ground productivity for black men, and then the other side deals with fighting the narrative that goes against black men, and they're really two different worlds. And so it's kind of weird to compare
That's
them.
a good point.
Yeah, but you have to understand that black male media is a grift within itself.
Right,
It is
right.
a grift, total and complete, because black male media is trying to get you mad at the entire world rather than you take specific actions. My channel is to make sure that you don't become a permanent subscriber, that you come out here, get some real world experience, get your skills and abilities up, and get off the channel. Like when somebody said earlier, like MOT, I'm waiting on the skill stream, bro. I can go to your actual algorithm and I can see that you wouldn't even be asking me a question like that, because most of this stuff is actually centered around leaving crazy people alone and actually taking some action. Like me, I've already done the skill streams. It's actually in my actual catalog. That information was put out 3-4 years ago. And if you're waiting for me to redo the actual skill streams, and it's like you're waiting on the wrong thing. Dude, at the end of the day, a lot of these people think that it's humiliating to put out tangible content versus people who want to be on some clown shit. And it's like, but I don't live my life through clown shit. I don't live for an actual Google alert that can connect me to a story or a crime that can actually power my actual channel. It's very easy to do that. It doesn't take a lot of skill to do that. But at the end of the day, you got to stop calling yourself Manosphere at the same time. You got to start from the 1.0 up. You just can't be, okay, when the fuck niggas got here, I'm just going to do what fuck niggas do. It's like, nah, man, you're not even part of the group. Not even part.
Right. Well, MOT, I'm glad you came back up, because I actually came up to ask you a question. Actually, G Dizzle took part one of my question, but part two of it was, When I was going through the clip and putting it on, I really like the answer that you gave as far as the plan, where you had a 5-year plan and
Yes, 5 years.
Fantastic was never. Can you like expound on how it gets from an online with what you're doing, like online, into how that actually materializes in the real world? Could you expound on that?
I will show you, and I'll give you a live example. It happened in front of my face, right? When I was in the military, there's a part-time job you can have on Buckley Air Force Base as long as you have a clearance, which is escorting people to the actual areas to where they install satellites. And you have to go over it with bug detectors and all this other shit to make sure that they wasn't installing like monitoring equipment on top of what they were supposed to be installing for the federal government. Those people were Latino. They couldn't speak English for most of the time. The white dudes had the contracts. The Latinos did the actual labor for it. They got paid a lot of money for being back there. I got paid a lot of money, like $30 an hour, to make sure that they wasn't installing shit. So what the Latinos did, they came on there with no power. They came there as a singular individual. Once we became an actual sanctuary state or city, the Denver metro area, all these people started pulling their money together and getting involved with politics to ensure that they got all of the contracts, no matter county, state, federal. Those people got to the productivity piece and the actual ability to work first before they started doing anything else. And when their kids started to come online, actually being able to vote, through the Dreamer Act and all this kind of other stuff, how they got to be, actual citizens. That shifted the actual focus away from the quote unquote beaner with the actual leaf blower to the actual lawyer, attorney, nurse based thing. They went hardcore into the productivity piece to actually change the actual environment. They built the houses. They did damn near everything. When it came to the transportation expansion, T-Rex for short, they were majority of the people who actually did all of that work as a culture. They had a culture of work. Were there F-boys there? Yes, those people were on Federal Boulevard. Federal Boulevard, like down the street from like what is now called like what it used to be called Mile High Stadium, but where like actually the Denver Broncos Stadium is at. The actual black people, Latino people who didn't know how to act, they stayed in that area. Everybody else who could move out of that area which was considered the hood, by the way. Through productivity, they went other places. And it's like they slowly got to the money first, and then they start participating at a 100% level. That's no different than what the Vietnamese did, no different than what most Asians did outside of Chinese and Japanese. They became a productive group. They did not complain about women. And were there women with blonde hair and all this kind of other stupid shit who wanted to be on some nativist shit? They just left them alone. They left them behind. Those people who just want to sit around and have kids, and those people who just want to rob other people in the community, they actually got rid of those individuals, right? So it's like they corrected their own problems. They didn't wait on the government. They corrected their own problems as an actual people and got to the productivity piece. And then guess what happened? They had an actual agrarian type of kid creation system. Now they're creating more productive boys and men and having big ass families. What do you think is going to happen after 15 to 16 years? And these people know exactly what they need to be invested in and what they actually need to do. They start to come online. One group is far more actual productive and participatory than the other. They pretty soon take over everything. Black people could have did this in any city, but at the end of the day, most of these people invested into the entertainment piece rather than the progression piece, because the progression piece meant that you was moving people forward, and moving people forward means that you're going to have to stop being connected to the BS on some level. So when I'm saying that I have a plan, it's not a plan that I've came up with. It's a plan that I've seen engaged by other groups of people, and they got to the money. And most of these people don't even know about the unproductive people within Latino society. They just know how not to be like them. My dad works, my mom works, all of us work. Our job is to go to school and get these good ass grades. Now, People think that, well, why don't you just get rid of Latinos and things would be better? I'm like, if you got rid of them, then you'll just be the top of the bottom of the bottom. But at the end of the day, with these people coming here, getting to the actual money and actually replacing you, because even white dudes are now scared of Latinos. 20 years
Yes,
ago,
yeah.
20 years ago, when you had to deal with white shops that sat your truck in there for 3 or 4 weeks, there were rental truck places
Dang.
right beside the actual shop that you had to actually rent the truck for 3 weeks to get your truck worked on. So you're talking about $5 grand out your pocket minimum. And then
Facts.
you couldn't even verify how long they was working on your truck. Then you end up with a $6,000 or $7,000 actual bill. The Latinos went in force and start
Took it over,
taking over that industry. Now you can get
man.
dude, I'm telling you, if you need anything less than an actual overhaul or an actual transmission replacement, it can be
Same day.
done within 10 minutes, same
Yes,
day,
same day.
couple of
Yeah.
hours
Yeah.
Same day.
during your 10-hour
That's
break.
facts.
And here's the thing, they did that with every industry. Like they taken over the debt collection industry. They took
Same.
over the building of things industry, especially for the United States Air Force. They knew that they was doing the job the entire time. The government cares about things being done. When those white dudes was shutting down those Latinos from actually working, they seen how they work. And guess what they did? Turn around, gave the contract directly to the Latinos. They were done under budget. When white dudes had the actual contract, multiple extensions, multiple money being actually extended, the only thing they did was had the contract. The end.
I think MLT, you there? Are you there, bro?
Yeah,
I
he's
think he got
breaking
a
up.
phone call.
All right, sorry
I
about that.
think.
I'm
I
back.
think.
Sorry
Okay.
about that. Sorry about that. I'm
Go
back.
ahead.
I'm
Go
back.
ahead.
I'm back. So it always took the productivity piece to get there. People want to dodge the productivity piece and want to look at complaining about bitches as the productivity piece, and that's why we're continuously going to be here. Because there are always going to be some unprincipled motherfucker who want to pick up this productivity piece the same way they picked up drugs during the heroin era, during the crack era, during the pill era, which is now, and want to pick up that shit so that way they can be their productivity piece, and they want to be respected amongst the business class as businessmen, and it's absolute bullshit.
Like, so one of the things about it, I'm looking. This is why I'm looking at it. Where I thought that clip that you caught Freezone was very pinnacle because it's where it's like the fox and the sheep and wolf's clothing. I'm not calling nobody no fox. I'm not calling nobody no sheep. Just take it for what it is. And you'll have it where somebody say, "Hey, I'm trying to fix the home, trying to fix the job," and then it will go back to, "We got to talk about these bitches. We got to talk about this red pill, these hoes." And I'm like, hold up, bro. Like, wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which one is it, bro? Like, you just said we're having a this is supposed to be a video about tech, but now we're learning about watch out for these bitches. Like, did
Right.
I click on the wrong video or this the wrong show? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Or it'll be like, okay, don't. I'm just trying to figure out where, like, that's why I said, like, the celebrity shit. I gotta be for real, man. A lot of this is no shot to nobody, but a lot of brothers in these spaces are not making over 50K, but they like talking about celebrities like they're next door to them. Like, I never met all these millionaires. Like, where the fuck are y'all meeting all these 6-figure YouTube content creators that are running mansions and shit? Like, I'm very perplexed. Like, I get it. This is the sim. This is the avatar. You can be wherever the fuck you want to be. I'm not judging y'all. I'm not gatekeeping y'all, but I'm seeing that it's not correlating with reality, and that's what's. And then, but I'll hear some stuff about black men were winning, but then black woman is not helping us with the vote, and I'm like, okay, bro, like y'all gotta pick a choice, man. Are you winning? Are you losing? Are you going to Nirvana? Like, what's up, man?
All right, man. Let me thank the person who actually asked me to ask you a question. If you ask me a straightforward question, I'm gonna give you a straightforward answer with a plan. Not hard. Not hard at all. I've seen it happen. That's why I get so frustrated about not understanding how things are working because people are trying to invest on the well, she better 100% surrender before I get started piece rather than I'm gonna have my shit together and by the time I get done, if I ain't got nobody else to fuck with, then I'm gonna fuck with other people piece. That's what my actual parents had me on. They seen what the fuck these women was on. We were surrounded by it. a row of houses surrounded by 30, 40 fucking projects. We seen what was going on there. And at the end of the day, the people who invested in complaints about women or found their whole life source about trying to be about these actual women or get multitudes of them people lost. There's not a single one of those individuals who won. Just like the people who were selling their drug shit. If you wasn't snitching on motherfuckers, you actually went to prison forever. That's what happened. It's really not that difficult. But at the end of the day, more of these broken people want to be the voice of men rather than people who actually succeeded with shit. And they think they can collapse the concept by rushing in like barbarians at the gate with their fucking problems that don't mean shit. Like, other people are happy that you can't get a bitch pregnant. Don't you understand that? They know what their tax dollars go to. So when you come out here complaining about you ain't got access to an actual woman who wants to 100% motherfucker submit before you do anything in life, they're like, okay, so what are you doing? Well, you know, it's all about the bitch, you see, and they just walk away. Good that you ain't got access to a bitch. The system worked, right?
Yeah, and
That's what Corey.
I'm probably gonna break the clip down later as well, probably on True's channel. But I think one of my things in the space is you can either be the entertaining guy or you can be the serious guy. You really can't be both. You really can't. And one of the examples that, because I've said that before, and the example is that's always brought up to refute it is like, okay, what about comedians? What about your George Carlins, your Dave Chappelle's, and your Patrice O'Neill's? And I'm like, if they weren't funny, nobody would listen to them. As evidence when Dave Chappelle did his whole what was it, the George Floyd 8 minutes, whatever.
Yeah.
Like nobody really wanted to hear that. And even Dave Chappelle. Even Dave Chappelle himself, he has the joke where he's talking about the whole "where is Ja?" Like you don't want to hear Ja Rule's opinion about 9/11. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't, and that's where they try to cross. Like it's cool. You want to entertain people, that's cool. But when you start trying to make it seem like you're actually making a difference, I think that's where the lines get crossed. It gets goofy. It's like do your entertainment. But when you start talking about serious things, then you got to have a different conversation.
All right. Let me give you an aside to what you're talking about. I forgot who the dude was.
You get ready to bounce, y'all. So I'm gonna holler at y'all.
Yeah, I got to dip as well, man. Y'all hold it down, y'all.
All right, come in. All right. So I didn't watch The Hangover, either one of those movies. But there's an Asian guy that got pretty famous off of The Hangover. I'm not sure what his name is. I listened to an interview with that guy where he showed up to like an actual function of all the people of his nationality who actually did shit in society. Do you know that everybody had absolute fucking disdain for that guy? But he was numbered as an entertainer among the people who actually did shit in society to make a fucking change. And that guy even had to come out and say, look, I'm beside this person, I'm beside that person. I'm just an entertainer. Look at what these people have done. We don't have that shit within Black America. And at the end of the day, people need to have the strength and the actual courage to move on from the entertainment piece. That's a deliberate point that you have to do within your life. There's always going to be somebody who's going to want to pick up this bullshit and run with it because it's fucking easy. Leveraging collective ignorance and not having an outcome and not really caring about whether people get it or not is fucking easy. You know what's not easy? Doing something else. At the end of the day, I'm proud of the progress on my actual channel, proud of people who left, proud of people who's actually still on this dumb shit. At the end of the day, the world is going to impose economic sanctions on men who don't get it. They're going to impose economic sanctions, and I'm pushing for economic sanctions. We got to let this shit die. We cannot allow these dudes to get nobody else pregnant. We cannot allow these dudes to just glad hand their way through life. They have got to fucking suffer for investing into the wrong system. I don't believe in it too big to fail. They do believe in it too big to fail. They think that the world can't go on without them. Like you can do anything based on systemic numbers of large ass numbers of lost fucking people. Like Gabe said, success to them. And that's the definition of success. It's marketing toward people that you don't even want to be responsible for after your message is over. That's what these people want to be. They want to be big and irresponsible. That's what they want to be. Big, irresponsible, have a bunch of super chats come in, just read them off on the screen. That's the idea of fucking success. My idea of fucking success is making sure that these fucking boys grow up into men. If the women are problematic, just move on to somebody else because the results are not lying to anybody. The results are not lying. Point to the scoreboard. Everybody's on here to reclaim high school, the relevance that they didn't have in high school. That's what most of these people are here to reclaim. I'm good. I am so good with where the fuck I'm at. I don't have to deal with these people. But in their actual small communities and in black society, you can't avoid the clown. Yeah, why don't you go move across town where it actually takes productivity to get there, not victimhood? Because I'm gonna bring it up again. The most successful pro blacks are the dudes who are single, not dealing with the problematic women that they're trying to get you to deal with, or they married to another race of fucking women. That's the truth. So if they followed a system that they're not even trying to preach on the other people, then how are you not doing the same thing? Results are individual. The moment you start talking this group shit, what group shit? Your only group is your household. Once you get the household kind of figured out, then you ain't got to fucking worry about all these other people and all their fucking problems. I don't care about because when most black men, whenever they get cornered and they can't talk about things of substance, they boomerang back to how much they appeal to some random ass fucking mythical bitch in society. Fucking pathetic. You ain't gotta do no shit like that, man. The only thing you gotta do is get your motherfucking shit together and get out of here. An actual spiritualogical Hulk made an actual good point before. Focusing on the women makes them bigger than they need to be. Also, at the end of the day, a lot of these dudes need for the woman to be this big in order for them to justify their failures. So, are we really trying to make the woman the actual standard of the conversation to hide men who haven't fucking done shit? Or are we, or else can we just stop focusing on the women and let the men who can't survive without fuckery and bullshit and let them fucking just fall on their swords and be done with this shit?
Yeah, I agree with Freezone though. They need to make a big separation between the circus show and actual productivity. I think, yeah, that needs to be done ASAP.
Sorry about that. I had another phone call. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. But what I'm saying is all this shit has already been done already. All this game has already been ran on these men already. The men who cannot move forward are the men who actually consistently need this shit. We need to separate these dudes from the actual manosphere cell. Once these people see the good that the actual manosphere can actually do, we can be able to move forward. The people who are concentrated on women and what women is or ain't doing and need to constantly gaslight these dudes, they need to create their own space. And no, they don't need to be gentrifying this space right here. That's all I got to say on that. So,
No, like I said, and I thank everybody for coming up. I thank you for having a healthy conversation. You guys understand, um, man, tomorrow we'll be having a personal address. So if y'all want to come by MOT, what time you plan on having a personal address? But I know you want to actually articulate and break down um, the 5-year plan and stuff on your channel, and I'm fine with that.
I mean, but that'll be next weekend. I mean, that'll be
Okay,
next
that's fine.
weekend. So that way we could be able to get this stuff because you have to be able to separate the people from the actual concept who need to be separated from it. Because I'm
Well,
not going to try to play through like I'm golf or some shit. I need to play through these unproductive dudes who want to be connected to fuckery and bullshit. My job is not to be Ari Spears or any of these entertainers who's one out of 100 million billion to be an actual professional.
all right. Hello? I think some people fell off. So like I said, you guys, before I just end it, listen, man, I can't tell y'all what to believe in or what to come here on YouTube to watch. That's going to be on y'all. Who y'all want on who y'all want to follow, what y'all want to get down. You know, my mom and my dad used to say, choose ye this day which master you will serve. Is that how it goes? Choose ye this day which master you will serve. That's really a thing. That's an old proverb that you can go ahead and read it. And the reason why they tell that to men because you really got to know which type of you got to know what are you getting behind, what are you supporting. Oh, they towing that truck. Wow, man, she's towing that man's whole pickup. Then that's what you told me about when they tow trucks. They're not supposed to move. So, I want you to understand. Um, it was very respectable, spiritual. Thank you, and we try to have that where no party was attacked, no party was disrespected. I tried to make sure all of y'all were treated as men on this panel. Y'all all can respectfully use that. Shout out to the breakdown. This was they had the first initial spark of the conversation. All I'm doing is just mixing the motor. MOT said he's going to do it. But have all rights to credits. So yeah, um, this are hey, hey, I'm here. You know, yes, and no one. And I, at the end of the day, about what? Man, I'm about to end it. I'm gonna see y'all guys. I'll do the conversation later.